colleagues, am I audible?
Good evening, Wing Commander. Yes, sir. You're definitely audible.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Somehow I'm not. There is some issues. I'll just fix it, sir.
Okay.
Richard sir, the power has gone just now. Maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no issues.
So maybe I'll play the case video. I'll play in the meanwhile.
Yeah, no issues. No issues. We can continue. We can start.
So. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Amriteshwara Namaha. Good evening and welcome. Can I check whether Kaushik Dhanwant is there? Kaushik, are you there? Can you hear me, Kaushik?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Good evening.
Okay. Wing Commander Balachandran, welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
May I just check if Karthik Srinath is there? Our chief guest and speaker. Karthik Srinath. Okay, so I'll just try touching base with Karthik. In the meanwhile, I'll request Kaushik Dhanwant to start the proceedings.
Yes. So, good evening to one and all who have taken their time to attend the induction of our college very own entrepreneurship center, Amrita Center for Entrepreneurship. I'm very glad that there are already 100 participants over here in the online event. Now, entrepreneurship means different to different people, and now it's just not starting a company and running it. Entrepreneurship, in a basic sense, is to solve problems in every scale and size. That's what it means basically. And the Amrita Center for Entrepreneurship has always been a place of opportunity for people from all categories and departments. And it has always acted as a junction where everyone comes together to make things happen. Whether it's bringing one's own idea to life or just conducting and organizing events and growing one's network, which will help them with their career. As a student and an office bearer myself, I have been given opportunities by Krishnan sir and the club members to improve my relationship skills from the time when I joined as one of the members of the relationship team at the time of my second year of college. And I'm glad to tell you that I was one of the first to be recruited from the second years up until that point, because office bearers were mostly from third years or fourth years till that point. And maybe this time I can see a first year becoming an office bearer with his skills and talents, his or her skills and talents. Uh, from your first years, you can be the one to anchor events, handle the registrations, or just be the one to talk to people and spread the word and create the awareness of events that will be conducted through the club. Or you can just be the one to create a network of people who are of great resource to the members of the club, or just become a member of the club itself to gain knowledge and experiences from the events and workshops that will be conducted. So come be a part of the club, part of a club that change shapes you for your journeys ahead. And one day, I'm sure one of you will become an entrepreneur and become one of the resource persons for the club, just like one of our guests today. So let me introduce our chief guest and speaker, Mr. Karthik Srinath, who is the founder of Green Coil and is an alumnus of Amrita Coimbatore. He completed his BTech in mechanical engineering from the batch of 2011 to 2015, and he was one of the active members of the Quadra Cycle project under ACE. And I'm very proud to tell he is from mechanical engineering department as well, just like me. So, and we are glad to have you here with us today to address these young minds, sir. And we have another great guest as well, Wing Commander Dr. Balachandran with us. He has he has been part of Indian Air Force for 25 years, and he's part of Amrita now for 10 years and counting. He is working as the Deputy Director of CAR at the university, who connecting industry and academia. He is one of the pillars of support in successfully running a Cisco incubator at our university premises for more than 2 years now. He will be giving an insight about the incubator and the opportunities that it brings for the students of our campus. We welcome you for the program, sir. Now, I request Dr. Wing Commander, Wing Commander Dr. Balachandran to take over with this talk about the ins and outs of incubator. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Kaushik, for a wonderful introduction. It always gives a lot of pleasure to, someone talks about you and, suddenly you realize, hey, I also done this. I also done this. Okay, good memories, nostalgic and wonderful. Thank you so much. Uh, I hope I'm audible and clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Guys, first of all, the very fact that you have taken out time from your own regular mundane routine and then be here itself is the first step of victory where you are already entrepreneurs. Please have a great applause for yourself because, the tight schedule for you guys. One is the class, then the second is the additional training by CAR, then the departmental issues, and then we say so many other issues, and then some special classes on coding, testing, and all those things. Despite in between, we have Amrita Center for Entrepreneurship, program where it's very enlightened to see more than 100+ students are here. That shows the seriousness which you have attached to this program. Thank you so much, and we are very humbled by your gesture to be present here. The second aspect which I would like to touch upon is since you have put yourself in the right journey and taken a baby step in this direction, it's our duty, it's my duty and Krishna sir's duty to make sure that you grow from strength to strength. There are two aspects which clearly mentions a differentiator between an entrepreneur and other colleagues, because usually people do engineering, most of them I'm saying, and then try to get into MS or maybe some PG program, get into a good one research, company and get a handful of money. You are willing to, rotten your days and nights for the company, and then ready to get some handful, amount which you are very happy, not understanding that you are a great asset for that organization. And then maybe Saturday, Sunday, you can, relax and, sometimes at the junior level, I'm saying, once you become senior, you are into 24/7. You don't know who is going to call you from which part of the country, from which part of the universe, and you are tied up 24/7 into the company because you are either associate vice president or vice president or senior vice president and things of that nature, where you are married to the company. There's no doubt on it. Then only you get that handful hefty packages. But mind you, you also lose out some portion of your body because your mind is not consistent in one place. It can be, in your family, or you are just gone for a vacation, but nevertheless, if a call from your boss or a call from colleague, there is some issues there, then you don't enjoy for which you have gone there. That's the later part of life. But in the first part of the life, you will realize that, you are tied up between 9 to 5, sometimes occasionally in the evening, sometimes 6 to 7 or 7 to 8. There is a good fun-loving, cafeteria and, beautiful houses and beautiful, campuses for working, and then you get, overwhelmed by that. But I would like to just mention one point. Nothing of that, what you have seen, is yours. It's all temporary. It will go away. And one fine morning, when you come back, you are on your own. So our kind of, thinking process now is, since our students are capable of creating such kind of big ventures, why don't we train them from the beginning itself? As CR always mentions, after you complete your UG program, there are three avenues available to you. One is you just companies come, picks you up, and you go for a job. There are some people who like to go for MS and studies and things like that, and later they want to, join job. And the third is some of you would like to become entrepreneurs, but the numbers are very minimal. Maybe if we take last about a couple of years, we could say about 2% of you were aspiring for that, and many people have become entrepreneurs as well. But there is one quality which is very, very clear in the entrepreneurial journey, that is risk-taking ability and ready to take chances. If these two qualities you have instilled in you, technology will come and go. The kind of job you will do will come and go, because today you might join on, let's say for a mechanical engineer, you might start a manufacturing, or maybe computer science guys may start with some software development and giving a added value services to some of the existence which are already there. But they are bound to die down because each component has got a life cycle and they bound to die down. So you have to create new innovations, new ideas to see that what is available and what is the opportunity available outside, and then quickly pick up. That's one quality which is very, very need of the hour, because an entrepreneur always sees in a problem there is an opportunity, and he picks up that and starts giving solution. And as I said, risk-taking ability. What is risk-taking ability? When your students of equivalent age are enjoying with some 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 without taking any risk, and they are having a wonderful time, you are burning the midnight oil to just set up yourself to a system where it might succeed, it may not succeed, you don't know. But the very fact that you have decided to go on that line is on the parallel journey, and that's what we call it as risk-taking ability. If you have it in you, definitely you will be the best guy, because the risk-taking is not at a junior level, at each and every level of your business. There are times where Reliance Industry, for example, when the father was available, they brought this Dunia Muthi Pe. That's the statement which you had, where the mobile was coming, and they have to give a mobile set to all the people, creating a network across the country. He's a multi-million-dollar guy, still he got into that risk-taking ability, because he decided if this succeeds, then I am the king in the world. If it doesn't succeed, then I lose almost everything what I've earned in my life. But still, it took the chance today. You all will agree with me, without Jio, we will not be able to survive. We have reached to that state. And the network which you are seeing across the country is always there to help us out. So these are some of the qualities which an entrepreneur will have. And definitely, I believe that all of you have in it you. The only thing is we'll have to find out to which level it is available, pull out that and sharpen it. And that is what, all we are going to do in the coming years to make sure that you become part of our ACE, you become the member of it. There are fantastic programs which are coming here, where you will find the people who have succeeded in their life are discussing their journey with you. There are people who have miserably failed, and they also will come and talk to you as to why we have taken this step and where did we go wrong. So these are some of the kind of exposures you will get at a very young age. So by the end of third year or fourth year, you will be in a position to start, and you will be able to look for a good entrepreneurial journey in your life and as a career. So while you go through this kind of process, you will understand the exposure which you get from ACE is of immense value to you, because some of you will become the club members, some of you will be given the responsibilities. You become a professional at a very young age, although you are being called as so-called a student, but you are willing to take the additional responsibilities and move on. That reminds me, the first step in 2011, we started this club. There were a couple of members who toiled, the entire, period when other people were enjoying. They were with me and, doing an exceptional job. And I'm very happy to say some of them are doing very exceptionally well in the entrepreneurial journey. And the biggest thing which they achieved in doing so is that they knew if you have to start a company, how to run. For example, Christian sir keep conducting a lot of context on ideas and prototypes and things like that. Most of you will do exceptionally well on the technical side, but when it comes to the financial side, market survey, whether your component will succeed in the market, I'm telling you, most of you will miserably fail. It's not that you don't have that quality in you, but you are not given enough attempt to that side. You feel there is an idea, and you will say 10 people will take 20 countries. So you will put a direct calculations and put it up, and then you will find Corona will come and nothing is coming to you. So where is Corona coming from? There are certain things which are there, which we call it as risk in the market, which you fail to understand. But once you become the part of this journey, once you become part of this member, you will find amazing people coming here and talking to you. And they're all 40s and 50s and 60s. And those guys who have been intrapreneur in the companies and things of that nature. So they will give you wonderful experiences. And when you start something, you are ready to take on that, because you know exactly where to look forward and what intensity I should look forward for that. So that's something which we are, very eagerly looking up to. I won't call it as training you, just to find the, right kind of mix in you and pull out that and show it to you. Hey guys, you are this, you are into this level, you are in a position to do that, so that we get a happiness because our guys are doing an entrepreneurial journey and they are going to be one of the national builders. And the second issue for us, we are also very happy that we were able to contribute something in your life for you to become a wonderful citizen of the country. So this is what I want to say for ACE, but I also got a small point with respect to Thinkubator. Some of you may be aware that Cisco has wonderfully donated a thing called Thinkubator to us, where we get a lot of items and hardwares and everything to us, and including mentoring. And this year onwards, almost ACE and Thinkubator are not two; they are part of each other. So each one of you I would like you to visit this facility when you are physically present here. Go through, because we have some of the students as the club members. Just get to know about Thinkubator, because you will get all the supports what you want, and ACE will give you a lot of ideas and a lot of experiments to go through that, so that you are in a position to experiment yourself and find out whether I'm the right mix for entrepreneurial. If I am not there, probably you may take a call, maybe let me work for 1 year, 2 years, and then get some more exposure and then come back. But I can assure you, all of you have got this quality, just that, we missed out, and our educational system is such that you do BTech and get a job and get a girl, get married, your life is settled. Boys, life is never settled till death. Let's understand this. Every day is a battle for us. And if you don't battle it out, you sunk in the world. So never ever use a word called settling, because settling is never there in the life. Because you think that I get a job and get married and get a kid, you are settled. No, you will run for making sure that your kid gets into LKG with a high competition, where your battle will start. Okay, then old age, of course, various other issues. And so never, God has created this world in such a wonderful manner. You have to fight every day, and every day is a fresh day, and it gives us a lot of experience, and we must respect this universe and make sure that whatever we learn from here, we deposit something to our younger generation and go, so that the world can take on its own. It's wrong to say that world can take on its world. We are dependent on this universe, and let's do our bit to make sure that our nation becomes successful one. Maybe manufacturing like China and other countries. Let's do something on that and make sure we grow as a nation and be a humble human being to explore and publicize the love and affection for each and every one of you in this world. Thank you so much, Krishnan sir and Shakti, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to have a quick discussion with you. Maybe at a later stage when everything is going well, probably we'll interact more. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, bang on, guys, with Amrita Center for Entrepreneurship. Thank you so much, Krishnan sir.
Thanks a million. Actually, there is something more which is not mentioned in the introduction, and that is if ACE as an entity you see here today growing, and that too now tying hands with Thinkubator. Like Thinkubator from the start was something which Wing Commander has nurtured and established with the support of Cisco and NASCOM Foundation. Likewise, with our director's support, he actually laid the foundation for Amrita Center for Entrepreneurship in 2011, invited Dr. L.S. Ganesh from IIT Madras. And so as a founder of this thing and passing on the baton to me, I think we should really be extremely thankful to Wing Commander Dr. Balachandran for not only establishing this, but also for setting up that initial team. I remember some of those people, they speak so passionately. I think the first president also we had was Rashmi, whom he had handpicked along with Sriram and others. There was a lot of people who were really so passionate about entrepreneurship. They want to do from fun events like treasure hunt to participating in Anokha for tech events and all. It was really a wonderful start. And looking back, we are really grateful to you, Wing Commander, for adding value each time, right from the inception of ACE. Of course, I joined only later, but then now I see that the Thinkubator facility is also being extended to all the student members. And I came to know that yesterday there was a rocking session of Thinkubator that was convened by you along with Mr. Akhil. So it's wonderful, and thanks a million for all the support that you always provide to ACE.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome, sir. So now may I request Karthik Srinath to share his experience. As Kaushik Dhanwant mentioned in the introduction, Karthik Srinath has been somebody who was so unassuming and was a regular member at AS. And that time we had Dr. Narayanan Kutty from CIR, who was a real technical hands-on person, mentor, and he was really somebody who wanted students to get their hands dirty, do some projects in the workshop, whether it is welding or connecting circuits in the lab and so on. So he was part of that team, which was regularly coming. He and his teammates used to come, and then, as he mentioned, he was part of the quarter cycle project. And then we saw the real transformation taking place. And in his own inimitable style, Karthik Srinath will definitely share with you all. He was also a star speaker in one of the previous induction programs, and we are really happy to have him here, like Wing Commander, who had so much of NAC work to be completed, but still found time to be part of this ACE induction program. We are extremely grateful to Karthik Srinath also for sparing his time despite his multi-crore business venture that he's running at the moment. So over to you, Karthik.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, can you be a little louder, Karthik?
Sir, can you hear me now?
It is still somewhat feeble.
Sir, can you?
If you can try increasing the volume a little more, it will be better.
No.
Yeah, okay. Maybe when you start speaking, it will sort of pick up, I suppose.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, now it is much better. Is it possible to see you also, or is the bandwidth going to permit that?
Sir, my video is on.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, please go ahead, Karthik.
Sir, can you hear? Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. I need this program to be interactive, sir.
Okay. The way you want it, absolutely fine. You can tell a little bit about yourself also, your journey, everything, whatever. It's freestyle as you always like it.
Okay. Hello, guys. I studied in Amrita 2011-15 batch mechanical, and I started my venture in 2015 December. I started working, and I started the company in opened the production in 2016, and I'm now running for almost 4 years. Actually, sir, can you see the video, sir?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. We cannot see your video, but you're not visible though.
So now,
You can ask the others also. Guys in the audience, can you please respond?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. Yeah. So none of us can see you.
sir, 1 minute.
Yeah, okay.
So my camera is on only, sir.
Maybe you can log out and log in and see.
Sir, can you hear me? Can you see me, sir, now?
We can hear you, Karthik. If anyone can see him, please respond.
Sir, for me,
Otherwise-
your video has been stopped.
Oh, okay. No problem. You continue, Karthik. Then in between, if it comes, it's fine.
Okay, sir. Hello, guys. I need you all to be interactive. Actually, I didn't have time for preparing for this. So sorry, guys. Then actually, in 2011, ACE was started, and in the first year itself, I joined ACE Club, and ACE Club helped me a lot because by end of third year, I have decided what company I should start, what kind of business I am going to do. Everything I have decided by the end of third year, because in ACE, a lot of businessmen used to give lectures, and they give their valuable, very valuable um, so that inspired me a lot. And you all guys are just in first year, and you're very lucky to be a part of this ACE Club. And I will say what I did in from my college. Actually, in first year, I was a very average student. So first year itself, I had arrears, and I decided, okay, I won't get any job. So second alternative is go and start a business. So in first year itself, I heard about this ACE. Actually, they started in 2011, and I went to Krishnan sir, and I spoke with him, and he interviewed me, and I joined the club. Then this club was very motivating, and it was very helpful for me. So every year during summer, workshop will be conducted by ACE, and in that workshop, lots of many business people will share their experiences. Both good and bad things they will be sharing with you. So you can gain lot of experience. By the end of fourth year itself, you will be almost knowing what difficulties are there in doing this business. Actually saying all are saying risk taking business means it's a high risk, but not that much as all are exaggerating. The business is not that much risky. Only thing is that we have to be very very polite, and we have to wait. We should not just do things very. We should not take decisions very very rapidly. I started this tire industry in 2015. In 2015, when I started, I took almost 2.25 crores loan, which was a very huge amount for me during that time. And I went to the bank manager. Initially, I went to bank manager for 100 times I would have gone. He used to say, come tomorrow, come day after tomorrow, or come next week. Like that, he used to keep on saying that. Then one day, finally, he called me and said, okay, I'm sanctioning you 1.5 crores. In one bank, I got 1.5 crores. Then manager told, I'm having trust in you. You go and start, like that. Then that manager, he was in that branch for almost 1.5 years. He was there. He didn't sanction loan for anyone. He sanctioned only for me. Then he told maybe he might have thought because when I was going for loan, I was just 22 years. So no one will sanction me that huge amount. That manager did, and today I closed that loan, and he might be knowing that he would be very proud of that, because no manager will take risk, because if we are not paying, that manager who sanctioned will be liable now. The bank rule is like that now. Then during 2016, my market was very good. 16 actually, 16 by end of 16 here, my company is in Pollachi. Pollachi drought started 2016. By the mid 16, there is no water everywhere. There was very much water scarcity, and the company faced a huge loss, because raw material price went very high, and so we couldn't run the business. So 1 year it was very difficult for me to pay the dues. Then a lot of problem in that 1 year. Then after that, 2017, it got better, and by 2018-19, what happened is by 2019, almost in Pollachi, if you see, wherever you go, they will put a board, the tire industry for sale, tire industry for lease, like that. Most of the companies were shut down, because that was a huge loss. That raw material price and finished product price didn't match. So lot of companies were shut down by 2019 end, I'm saying. Then that's why I told earlier, for a business, now the business is very good. So for a business, if we are entering into a business, we have to be in that same business for 7 years. In that 7 years, we will be seeing all the ups, downs. Almost all market would have been seen by that 7 years. So every business, if we are in the field for 7 years, then we would have seen all that peaks and ups and downs in that market. then no one can unsettle you in that field. Then very important thing for business is trust. Trust is very, very important. Even when I started the company, lot of people used to supply me material. Though I had a lot of debits, I used to give them, if I say if Saturday means Saturday, I will clear all the payments. Whatever be the problem, we have to do that. Now, after almost 4-5 years, now everyone believe, okay, Greenfire, if we supply material, money won't go anywhere, like that. So trust is very, very important for any business. Now, for this trust, I will give you one very good example. Ratan Tata. You know, by 2016, Cyrus Mistry was the chairman of Tata. What happened is, Tata Docomo invested 13,000 crores and they started the network business in India. When Ratan Tata was chairman. But during 2016-17, Tata Docomo started, share value started falling down. During that time, Cyrus Mistry was the chairman. Cyrus Mistry was aiming only for profit. He didn't see other things of Tata. So in 2016, Ratan Tata removed Cyrus Mistry from chairman post. All was shocked why he removed. But the reason was the Tata Docomo, they asked that 26% of share which they invested back, but Cyrus Mistry refused to give that money back. So, which was Ratan Tata thought it was against their value. So, Ratan Tata gave one very good reason for removing Cyrus Mistry. He told, for me, money is not important. Trust that people have on my company is more important. And he removed Cyrus Mistry and he paid all that amount, share value to that respective company. So even now, you all know how Tata is now, because they are in field for almost 150 years. They produce from small, minute thing to large, heavy components. Because the people who are working there, all believe in the trust which Tata gives. Another one thing is Tata is doing very good business than Reliance. Tata's profit value, everything is higher than Reliance. But Ambani is in the list of richest person in the world. But you could never see Ratan Tata in that list. The reason is Tata gives back 65% of money, 65% of what they are earning in the name of charity back to the people. For that, Ratan Tata has said, Ambani is a businessman, but I am an industrialist. So, likewise, why I am giving this example is, we can take any path. We can take Ambani path or Tata's path, but trust is very, very important for us. For any business, if no one is trusting you, then we can't survive in this field, in any field, because without credit, we can't we can't do cash and carry in every time, because monsoon, lot of other factors are there. So trust is very, very important. Then now you can ask me any questions, whatever you have, I will answer you now.
Guys, feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I got just a single question. I don't can think any of it now, but right now is since you said that you started this company at 2011, right? 11 or
No.
16?
2015 December, I started this project and started production in 2016.
Okay.
2011, 15, I was studying in Amrita.
Okay. My question is that, like, what's that one thing you didn't expect when you was going to start this, and as you further went on, which you never knew if you never entered the field of business and the entire free market?
No, I can't understand what. Can you repeat the question?
Just a second. I couldn't hear much. Okay. My question is that what's the one thing you learned in this entire journey of starting your own company and managing it right now?
One thing which I learned,
Yeah.
means I learned a lot of things. In which angle you are asking, which prospect you are asking, I couldn't answer.
If you could just go back in time and say to yourself that you could do this in a certain way and stuff, or someone to a junior who wants to start his own company, what
Okay.
kind of advice would you give to him?
I will say don't go and say to anyone that I'm going to start a business. If you want to start a business, just go and start a business. Because if we say to anyone, yeah, they will compulsory. They will say don't start at this age. They will say go for a work, gain experience, then you go and start a company like that. Most of them will say like that. Then most of them will say it's very risky. Don't go to business like that. Most of them will say. When I was about to start the business, actually, 99% of people said don't go and start. Many of them told now field is not good. Whatever you say, they will say it's not good. Business is not good. Just go for a job, settle in life. As Sir mentioned, we can't settle even in job simply as outside people are saying. So what I learned is never uh, never ask other people what about business. If they are saying don't start, leave that. If you want to start a business, just go and start a business. That's all.
That was a great answer. And another question is that since you have been in this field for 7 years, am I right?
Yeah, almost 6 years. Yeah.
How did that experience help you during the pandemic? Since the pandemic, the most of the business, entirely all the industries were affected by it. How did the experience help? Did you see it coming, or could you manage
Yeah,
the
like
losses and stuff?
this pandemic for me it was very relaxed because what happened is I was when I started first 1 year I paid my loans very properly. In my second year, 2017, I made a huge loss in the company because of one wrong decision. I made a huge loss. So what happened is I couldn't pay my debits. So bank started pressurizing me that if you are not going to pay, it will become an NPA like that. That 1 year it was a very high pressure situation for me. So that after that next year onwards that pressure didn't felt by me, because I experienced that in that 1 year. I experienced that. So this pandemic, I was very relaxed, because I didn't have much of debits, and I experienced that already. So I didn't have any problem in this pandemic.
That concludes my questions. I don't have any further questions. Thank you
I
for your
couldn't
time.
hear you.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you for your time.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yes, anybody else has questions? Please go ahead and ask.
Sir, I do.
What is the
questions.
name of the company?
Greencoir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, I do have a question, sir. Can I proceed?
Sir.
Yeah, yeah.
So, bro, like you are saying about these stuffs that you are facing through all these years, but what I would like to ask to you is that starting a company and things are one part of the work, but how do you decide the management of the work? Like, how do you assign the management of the company? That is another skill, right? What tips can you give us to assign the management?
Assign the management means I couldn't get you.
Like bro, like we need to manage the funds, we need to like take care of like we need to take care of the other stuffs too, not only the business. So in that perspective I'm asking.
Yeah, very good question. Because why I'm urging you all is, after college, don't go to any work. Go to, if you are really interested in business, go and do the business. Because in that 23 to 27, 28, we won't have much of commitments. Our parents will anyway feed you. So we don't have any commitments like we should give this much amount to our house, this much amount to anyone, like that. So we can concentrate purely on business. Then that age helped me. I didn't have other external pressures for this fund management. So I concentrated only in business. I used to stay here weekly once or twice. I used to go to home. All other days I used to do self cooking. I used to be 24 hours. I used to be inside the company. So it helped me to do all financial management, everything. Did I answer you?
Yes bro, that was really helpful for me. And another question that I have is that like yours was a product based company, right? So like what tips can what can you, first of all, what can you say is there, if there any difference between product based and service based in terms of startup, and how can we manage everything in a better way? These are the two questions I have.
See, we can. There are two sectors. One is what you said is service. Another one is manufacturing. I chose manufacturing. In manufacturing, uh, we have to just uh, concentrate only mainly on quality, and rest of the things is not an issue for us. But if we go to service sector, there it's completely different. Then there are also types of entrepreneurs. One is me too entrepreneur, and next is just an not just, it's an entrepreneur. The difference is, if one person is doing that, if one person is doing a job in textiles, and you are also going and doing that same business, then that is me too entrepreneur. Then entrepreneur is, you are finding a new component, and you are sole manufacturer of that, and you are doing that. The problem is if you are doing a new product, you are having a pattern for that, and if you are going to a bank for a loan, then it's very difficult because uh, the managers won't take risk for that kind of stuff. But for Me Too entrepreneurs, they know because they would have already given some loans to that same companies, and they all know what turnover they are making and how the field is. Everything they will be knowing. So if we are going for a, if you are planning, you are going for a loan means it's better that don't go with a new product. I'm not saying they won't give you, but getting a loan is very much difficult. That's it. That's the problem. So if you are having any ideas, you can have. First, you start with something what everyone are doing. Then you implement that ideas in this. Based on that, you choose one field, and you start growing. Even my project, which I used to, my dream project is different. Actually, I didn't still start that. So that I am planning now. Maybe in another 5 years, I will be in that field. Because we need money, right? We need a lot of money for doing some on small scale industry. We need at least in crores we need. So if we go to a new product, it's very, very risky. We might pass or we might fail. So if we go straight away to that new product, if it's going good, it's okay. But if it's not good, then we will end up in huge loss, and we couldn't close the debits, which will be a huge problem. So choose a field which is already existing, which is doing good. Then go for, this is my suggestion. Then go for new products, value addition, implementing the new ideas in that. That's my suggestion. That's all.
Thank you, bro. My last question is what should we focus more on? Should we focus more on success rate or sustainability?
You should focus
Should we
on
focus more
sustainability.
on sustaining the business or making the business successful?
No, we should focus more on sustaining, because I said earlier, a lot of companies they last year in Pollachi they put up a notice board that it's for sale. Now who and all were outside now sold the company and went. Now the business is very good. They would have lost that. They didn't wait for that 1 year. That 1 year was very, very, very worst. We didn't have any profit. We have to give wages from hand. Then we have to settle loans, everything we have to settle from our other sources. So business was like that. But we should sustain in that. Whatever happens, we should sustain. Then only we can relish that success.
Okay, bro. Thank you so much. Your answers were really helpful for me, and your story was inspirational. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Sir, I have a question. Can I ask, sir?
Yeah.
So, how did you convince your parents, bro? Like a 22-year-old boy taking a 2.5 crore loan and starting a business. How tough was it?
Yeah, that was actually in that my father helped me a lot. He when I told by third year I told him I want to start an industry. He told okay, you go and start. He supported me. uh, he will never say no to me for doing business, because he he believed that only in business we can move to our next stage, because if uh, if you take my story, what happened is, in college I have a lot of arrears. I thought I won't get placement in anywhere, but end of fourth year I got placed. What happened is, everyone around me in house, my mother, everyone told, go to job. But my idea was not to go for a job, and I told, no, I can't. My father, I should thank my father. He supported me. You go and just do business. He convinced my mother also that he is going to do only business. He is not going to go for a job. So that convincing part, I should say it's my father who did this for me. Even relatives, many of them told, this is very risky. His age is not good for business. Many will cheat him. This age is, he doesn't know anything in business, like that. But my father told, okay, whatever happens, he will do that. So that was one very, which I got, very, very good blessing, which I got for convincing the parents. I didn't have much of problem in that for me.
Okay, bro. Thank you, bro.
So,
I think MBA
Excuse me,
student
sir.
A.S. Krishnan Unni has raised his hand for some time.
Good evening, Krishnan sir. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Karthik. First of all, thank you so much for giving us your valuable time. And thank you, ACE Club, for organizing these sessions for us. So I'm Krishnan Unni. I'm from ASB Coimbatore. My question is, what is the perfect starter team? And so if I want to become an entrepreneur, where do I start? And how do I make the right decision about choosing the right team? If I have a good idea in my mind right now, and where should I start and how do I do it? Whom to approach? That's my question.
hello.
Yeah.
You are asking me or Krishnan, sir?
No, to you, Karthik.
Okay. What you want is, if you are having a good idea, where you should approach.
Yeah. Also, how do I make the right decision about choosing the right team? So if I want to create a team, or I need a team for approaching that particular idea. So how do I make decision about that?
You want a good team.
Yeah. Like if I need a good finance person, then where should I approach? Like I'm in this college, right?
Yeah.
So
For
should I?
finance, my best option is, go for any bank.
No. My question is not like that. Like I
Okay.
have idea in my mind, so but I
Okay.
need a team for doing that. So for that, how do I make a decision about choosing a right team? For
My
yeah,
suggestion is, best team is, select from your friends.
yeah, I
Who
got that.
have
But
that,
yeah,
who are in the same ideology of doing business, you select from them.
okay.
That will be a very big, very good team.
So yeah, so even MBA students can also be part of this AS club, right? Or is it only for engineers? Is it something like that?
No, it's
No,
for everyone.
it's for
Everyone.
everyone.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I once the Q&A is over, I will make a very brief this thing about ACE and its activities and the membership. So, yes, any more questions
Karthik
to?
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Sir, may I know the role of stock market in a startup company?
I couldn't hear you.
May I know the role of stock market in startup company?
Role of stock market. Hello? Role of
Karthik sir. Stock market in startup company.
in startup, we doesn't need to bother about stocks because we are going to start anyway in small scale. When it is going to medium scale, or if you want to convert from small scale to medium scale, then only we need to think about the shares. And if you want to bring in more investors to a company, then you have to think about the shares. Otherwise, it's not necessary.
Sir, may I know the basic ideology of the stocks?
Stocks, I am not much aware or about that because I am not into that actually.
Sir,
Sir,
actually,
is there
how
any financial needs? Is there any other ways than bank?
Yeah, there are
with the
a lot of other ways. There are many investors who are ready to invest in business. They will be searching for a very good person like you who are very much interested in the business. If you could find that investor and if you could convince them about your idea, then you could get a lot of money.
Okay.
Sir, actually, how did you manage to get the clients at first to go at starting of the business?
Clients?
Yeah, for selling the manufactured products which you
actually what happened is in 2016 market was very good for in our field, so I didn't have that problem since I used to maintain very good quality. That helped me to reach to many people. Even today my product used to go in demand because
so
while
manufacturing at starting, how did you publish that you have manufactured it? How did you made it to go to all the clients to get your product?
I didn't do like that. Actually, my product is from husk. I am manufacturing coir fiber and coir pith. Coir fiber is only our major product. So near to my company, there is one big exporter who is exporting this coir fiber. When I started the company, I went to him and I asked him, can I supply? Then he gave me specifications. That's a quality I need. So I gave it to that only one person initially. I used to keep on give to that same person throughout the year. Then after that, many started coming. Give me one load, give me one load. Then slowly I got introduced to many many of them in the field.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so if we are done with questions, Ramesh Kumar sir, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I would like to ask, sir. Good evening, Mr. Karthik. Very nice to hear your views on business. It's really very nice. I have only one question. Being in Coimbatore, maybe what are the possible ways in which our students can think of starting the business or making a startup or something like that. So what will be the ideal product? Anything you have in mind so that our students can think about that?
Sir, now currently in Coimbatore, food industry is doing very good, sir.
Okay.
Food industry, sir.
Oh, so they can start a food industry. Food industry means what? What type of thing?
Processing units. Now, now if you take in Kerala, there is a lot of jackfruit, sir. Now
okay.
I heard I heard on news that one person is doing a jackfruit powder currently.
That will reduce the cholesterol. I heard about that.
Yeah. That was a very good thinking, sir. Because during season we used to get lot of jackfruit, and 50% goes waste.
Okay, but in Coimbatore we are not getting jackfruits, no. So
no,
what is the ideal?
I'm saying like that processing units. Food, if you take, there are a lot of processing units. So
okay.
In any field, any product you can take in food industry, such that processing is very good, sir. Now.
Okay. Thank you, Karthik. Thank you very much.
Sunita ma'am, you wanted to ask something?
Yes, sir. Very good evening to all of you. Mr. Karthik, that was a wonderful experience sharing from your side. Mr. Karthik, I'm Sunita, faculty of CAR.
Thank you, ma'am.
I have two questions to ask you. One is, it might sound very weird, this question. Have you ever regretted your decision in taking the route of business than going for a job? Was there any situation in your life that you have regretted for this?
No, ma'am. No, never.
Okay. Are you telling this out of, that, okay, I've started, now I cannot go back because of that, or do you really mean it?
No, ma'am, really mean it. Never, I have never thought of this.
No, you have not. Okay. My second question is, definitely you would have gone through a lot of stressful situations, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, a lot of tension, stress.
Lot of
maybe from the financial. Yes, ma'am.
Many days I have gone without sleeping.
Okay. How did you manage it? How did you overcome that stress? Can you give 2-3 tips for all these, aspiring entrepreneurs? How did you manage the stress? That's all from my side.
One simple thing which I did is I used to do yoga, ma'am.
Okay.
Then other thing is that I know, I strongly believe that this situation will change. At least by 1 month it will change. So I will keep on waiting for the good time to come.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
That stressful situation arises, then what I will do is I will slow down the manufacturing process. Slow down, and I will just give laborers that nominal work, and I will wait for that situation to. I will wait. Ma'am. That's the only thing which I will do.
Okay. Thank you so much, Karthik. Wishing you all success. Let me see you in great heights very soon. Thank you so much for sparing your time to answer my question. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students. I'll just run through a little brief of this. Karthik, are you having time, or you want to proceed with your?
No, sir.
Because if you are having work, I don't think I should hold you back.
No, sir. No problem. Till 6 o'clock I'm free.
Okay, fine. So then I will just very quickly just share a little bit about ACE. In the meanwhile, as I am doing the screen share, I would like to mention that, the kind of perseverance that Karthik Srinath showed is phenomenal. He used to, he mentioned very briefly today, but in his last interaction, he had mentioned that he used to actually wait for days together, and went on for months, every day in front of the bank, and wait for the shutters to open. And even before the bank manager would come, even the security guard would know that this guy is around to wait and meet him. And he never gave up. The sense of waiting, which he answered when Sunita ma'am asked that question, and he knew that things would change. And I think it's that positive force of conviction with which he has been treading on, and probably that's one reason why he has seen even the tough times, so very positively, and continue to trudge on without being wavered. So that's amazing, and it's really hats off to him. Very unassuming. I'm sorry we couldn't actually watch his video, but once we are done with COVID, I'm sure we will all be able to meet him in person. He loves to have personal interaction, and as you could hear from the talk itself, it was definitely something which he always loves to do. And he is very open about it. He says, I did not want to go for a job because I thought I could never make it initially, and once I'd made up my mind, I was patient and knew that business would pick up. So these are some amazing things. Thanks a million for highlighting some of these very, very interesting points, Karthik. You said
actually, today I didn't, sir. I prepared, but I didn't explain to them properly what I am doing, sir. Actually.
Yeah. So
because I couldn't interact, no, sir. That was a problem in this.
No problem. I mean, face to face when you're here, it will be really a powerful thing. This is just a sneak peek for all the people. I just wanted to share a little bit about the club. After that, maybe you can just tell them a little more.
So actually, I'm currently in company, sir.
Yeah.
Video is working. I thought I could show everyone the company.
Oh, that would be amazing. You can try logging out and logging in again if the video works.
Sir, it didn't work, sir.
It didn't work. Okay, fine. No issues. We will have that soon. We'll make some arrangements.
Sir, if anyone wants to see the company, all are welcome. At any time, you can come and see and that I need to say to everyone.
That's so sweet of you, so nice of you. We will have at least first a virtual tour because of COVID. Everyone is in their homes and very few are in the campus. Sure. So once it eases out, then maybe the next entrepreneurship awareness camps, we will check with you. If that time you don't have anything pressing, then we will, depending on your availability, we should arrange that. Okay, in the meanwhile, I will just like to share this briefly with the students and the participants. I hope everyone can watch this. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Fine. So at the outset, thank you so much for joining and being part of this ACE Club induction program. So you already have heard the man who's been there, done that. He's part of this new age entrepreneurship scenario. And let me just also share, because you were shocked when you said 22-year-old going in for a 2.5 crore loan. Right, so I'll just spend a couple of seconds on that, then just show you some other young successful entrepreneurs, then a little bit about ACE and its activities, and finally end up with membership benefits. Now, anyone knows who's this? If you can just unmute and tell. You could recognize.
PC Mustafa, sir.
Okay. Any other guesses? Anyone?
I'm guessing he's the founder of Oyo Rooms.
Okay.
Sir, ID Fresh founder, sir.
Okay, so Oyo Rooms is correct.
First in this list is Ritesh Agarwal.
So he's Ritesh Agarwal. Okay.
Journey is one of the most successful entrepreneur stories in India. After dropping out of college, he launched his first startup, Aramal Stays, which was a budget hotel chain that provided B&B to
Okay, so since we don't have time, I will share this PPT later. But then basically, I just wanted to bring that name there. So when you listen to Karthik Srinath or Ritesh Agarwal or somebody like that, you understand that they are all breaking barriers. This is what is characterizing the new age entrepreneurship. People want to break barriers. They offer technology-driven solutions to make lives of people easier. Karthik didn't tell today, but then when he found that in his factory, everyone is doing, the whole process of converting that the coir husk into, the coir pith or the coir fiber. So he wanted to do certain things differently, and he invented his own way of doing it. He modified the machine and all that. So people at this stage, when they're thinking, thinking of starting something which is scalable. He just told you that in 5 years he wants to do something which he really wants to do, something which is completely different. But till then, he has to go with a certain norm. And at the same time, funds is not a big thing. So he said that, there are different ways of accessing funds. Of course, when you come to the startup ecosystem today, it has venture capitalists, there's angel, there's crowdfunding, there are multiple options. And then this next thing is the global reach of the business, which is powered by internet. He didn't talk much about it, but then these Chinese competitors were playing havoc thanks to a little more of the support from the government side of late. But otherwise, you can leverage the power of the internet, and many of them are first gen middle class young entrepreneurs. In this case, of course, Karthik had full support from his dad, but very often you'll have to convince your parents also to do it. So when we're talking about new age entrepreneurship, we are speaking about innovation. There is disruption, doing things differently. This convergence, a lot of things are connected to each other, so much so that even tomorrow, engineering, all the disciplines are merging into just one. Right? There is simplification. Any entrepreneur tries to come up with a simplified solution which has great societal impact, and then the connect that he can establish with everyone in the world, whether it is suppliers, whether it is customers, whether it is employees. So if it is connect based, then it can be really wonderful. And then, of course, leveraging technology. And for that, if you have to develop something different, you can use prototyping. Today, 3D printing and all is so very easy. There's a lot of interesting stuff if you wish to read up. And for instance, the stories of Axel Frontline, Amar Raja Batteries, Johnson Lifts, Manappuram Group, Mu Sigma, Ramraj Cotton, Sri Krishna Sweets, Sugna Poultry, and so on. This is a compilation which CII Southern Region has come up with, Mint Business and Random House Publishing. And this study says that people had single-minded focus and passion. So you heard Karthik say that, I wanted to do it and I was driven by it and I did not give up. And he said 7 years is a minimum time for you to sustain. And one of those participants asked rightly the question about success versus sustainability. So in order to sustain, you have to be tenacious. You have to be single-minded. You have to be focused. You have to be passionate. And of course, customer service is not just a department. So there are days, as he mentioned, when he hasn't slept, whether it is about meeting customer requirements or answering the bank or thinking about what to do next, the coming up with the innovative idea. So it is very important to satisfy customers. Attracting and empowering talent, that's a big challenge. If you heard him say that there were times when he had to arrange from other sources to ensure that the unit was sustaining. He couldn't let his people go who have been with him. And of course, leadership. So he was there all alone days. He has never gone back to his home. He was there in the factory from the time he was setting it up. And in the video calls, he would show me, look, I'm just here in the middle of nowhere. So it's really a different level altogether. And of course, one should also keep this in mind. Everything is not core. So there are limits to what you would do. Supposing you're doing that, he spoke about this example of food processing units. So maybe the raw material is somebody else's responsibility, or packaging is somebody else's responsibility, and things like that. So here are a few young, successful Indian entrepreneurs. Again, as you were stunned to see what kind of phenomenal, growth he has shown at this young age, going for such huge amounts of, business investments. So look at this. I'm sure some of you would know Suhas Gopinath, took charge as CEO at the age of 17 and recognized as Young Achiever Award by European Parliament, Young Global Leader by World Economic Forum, youngest among the 175 recipients of Karnataka's Rajyotsava Award. All this, of course, we just saw. Ritesh Agarwal, he started selling SIM cards at the age of 13. And now of course he's 27-year-old, and this is probably the second youngest self-made billionaire. Those are the kind of recognitions he's got. Look at this person, Trishneet Arora, born in Ludhiana, okay, founder and CEO of Tax Security. Now he has been recognized as Fortune India's 40 under 40, Fortune magazine, Forbes 30 under 30, Forbes Asia, and 50 most influential young Indians, okay. Award, Punjabi Icon Award, State Award by the government. This Kumaran brothers, so Shravan Kumaran, Sanjay Kumaran, 16 and 15, okay, the co-founder and CEO of Go Dimensions. What are they doing? Doing app development. A lot of people now are into app development, so you can really make it big. Here's another, Tilak Mehta, age 15, founder and CEO of Papers and Parcels. And what are they doing? They even tied up with the Dabbawalas, okay, through this dedicated mobile app for business. Youngest entrepreneur in the logistics sector. Okay, so here's one more. Nitesh Yadav, age 21, from Alwar in Rajasthan, recognized as Android app developer and coder for a social cause. Okay, we have a young lady here too, Sri Lakshmi Suresh, age 22, from Kozhikode, founder and CEO of eDesign, launched her own startup in 2009, recognized as world's youngest CEO and world's youngest web designer. So we have Akhilendra Sahu from Madhya Pradesh, for example, founder and CEO of AST&T Technologies and Technical Next. And he's published 20 plus apps on Google Play and 30 plus own websites. And we have Advait Thakur, again, 17-year-old, recognized as one of those 6 entrepreneurs under 25 making waves in 2019. Former senior developer at Android Forum XDA developers. So at this young age, he was a senior developer. You can imagine that. And of course, the all-time favorite, of course, if you look at age, he's much, much, much older. So 35 years of age, Bhavish Agarwal. And he has won awards like ET Award, Entrepreneur of the Year, and so on. And in fact, there's a detailed case on him. There is this wonderful video where there's an interview. Again, I will not play this fully, but just to have a hang of what it is.
Ola Cabs is possibly India's most successful startup story yet, especially in the tech world. Founded in 2010 by Bhavish Agarwal, age 26, the company, which has received cumulative funding of about $700 million, the latest being by Ratan Tata himself, is now valued by rough estimates at $2.5 billion. And with on-demand services set to boom, Ola is primed to make the most of India's growth story. At the Ola office in Bangalore, the excitement at being part of a fast-growing and game-changing company can clearly be felt.
Let's start from the beginning. Where did the idea come to you from, and how did it take birth? You're originally from the north. You were studying.
Okay, so again, this interview I shall share, this case study I shall share. So when we speak about startups, they've grown 7 times to 50,000 in a decade as per the KPMG report, and they have been really adding a lot of value to the micro, small and medium enterprises, increasing number of shares and units. So what does ACE do? What does Amrita Center for Entrepreneurship do, and how do all these things fit in? Well, established in 2011, presently having a member strength of 1,207 members. It includes students, alumni, and EDP participants. In fact, this is Karthik Srinath. I don't know whether the cursor is visible, but from the second from the left on this quadricycle, which you can see along with this Dr. Narayanan Kutty, and this is the ACE workshop where they built this quadricycle. So it has alumni, it has the students, and it has EDP participants. I'll just tell you about that. These are all EDP participants come from the Department of Science and Technology funded programs, which are rooted through Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India in Ahmedabad. And then we have interactive sessions with founders and projects, internships, certificate opportunities, and IVs. We collaboratively work with Institution Innovation Council or IIC, and this is Dr. Balamurgan. He's the president of IIC and the chairperson of the EEE department, and he's the national awardee for innovative teaching. So there you can see him receiving it from the HRD minister, Union HRD minister. So together with IIC, a whole lot of things, whether it is things like the Smart India Hackathon and all that, is really well coordinated, and ACE works in synchronization with all that. This is the roadmap that we have for entrepreneurship development, sensitizing and promoting entrepreneurship, creating and fostering entrepreneurship, nurturing, recognition, and celebration. So we have had alumni entrepreneurs being also recognized and institutionalizing the movement, and started off with that inaugural. So you can here see Dr. L.S. Ganesh of IIT Madras inaugurating the first program at ACE, and that was the first awareness camp. And there are 3 picks in the middle. So the one at the bottom is where Wing Commander Balachandran, who spoke to you first, is speaking in that particular entrepreneurship awareness camp in 2011. This is the ACE charter. So we wanted to have the student clubs and empower students and establish a whole lot of things. This is our director. It was his vision which brought ACE forth. The vision, as is beautifully articulated here, is to provide an ecosystem that will kindle, nurture, and support the innate desire and ideas lying dormant in the individual, and create avenues to fructify those ideas into meaningful enterprises. If somebody is there in the workshop, some activities taking place, he would be the first, Parmeshwaran sir would be the first to come in and peep in and share his ideas and thoughts, and probably even lend a hand. So that is how ACE has been always getting energy from inception, and it falls in line with not only Amrita's mission, but then the fact that it encourages creation of value-based enterprises following ethical principles, offering great products and services of high utility, engineered to provide simple yet transformational solutions to problems faced by society, along with the vision that Amma has given. So in programs through Department of Science and Technology funding and EDII rooted, we have EDPs, FDPs, and EACs. EDP is an entrepreneurship development program. We have had 129 participants over the last 5 years. Each year we have been doing one entrepreneurship development program with the support of my colleague, Mr. Shaktivel. Earlier, Mr. Parthiban used to take care of the membership details as well as ACE hosting and all that. Now I have a very good support in Mr. Shaktivel, and he's been helping me organize all these programs. We've had 43 ventures coming up through the EDP route. FDPs, we have had 106 faculty members participating over the last 5 years. And for all students on the campus, that is all of you, we have had 765 students benefiting from the last 8 entrepreneurship awareness camps. So you can see that one group is there with a whole lot of folks there. So these are the FDPs, what we have been doing last 5 years. These are the EDPs, all external participants, and a few Amrita alumni also coming back. People are here from Bangalore or Kochi or some other parts of India, and they have benefited, and that's how those successful ventures have come up. This is about awareness camps. So from 2010-11 year where we had the first awareness camp, which Wing Commander Balachandran organized. Subsequently, from 13-14 onwards, we have been organizing each year. The photograph at the bottom, the third one, is the last entrepreneurship awareness camp which we had organized here. And we typically go out for an industry visit also. That's what Karthik Srinath was also sharing, that he wanted to show some of the things in his family, in his factory, so that the ACE family members gets to benefit from such exposures. So this is how we've been doing events. 175 students attended the first camp. We had a UC Berkeley extension program as well. Then this is 15, 16, 80 students attended the camp. These are the EDP entrepreneurs. This is 27 of them, 16, 17, 75 attended the camp. We had these entrepreneurial ventures coming up, which you see on the right. This is for 17, 18, 18, 19, and 19, 20. So these are the ventures from our last EDP. This time we are organizing a technology-based entrepreneurship development program, and that is focused on e-vehicles. The eligibility for that is one should have a degree or a diploma. to be able to attend the program. So that's in brief about the activities coming up, and then we'll definitely organize an entrepreneurship awareness camp. So what do you get as a membership benefit? One is you get an ACE ID card, which you can proudly sport and also mention about it in your resume. You have access to attending several events, competitions, workshops, seminars. You can hone in on event management. Anything like for this entire thing, one of the ACE members, Kaushik Dhanwant, did everything, right from organizing, coordinating, getting the poster done through his friend, and so on. You get to organize event. You get to interact with entrepreneurs. Many of you did that today. It's wonderful to open up and talk to people. And when you are talking to some achievers who are freely expressing themselves, like Karthik did just now, you can look at expanding your own horizons as well as your network. Mentoring and funding agencies also you can interact with. You can gain access to top level corporate contacts. There is an ACE library, a lab, a workshop. Of course, now it's closed because of this COVID thing. Even otherwise, last couple of years after this team worked, I think it's been on the wane. But now we have Thinkubator facility coming up, which Wing Commander Balachandran spoke about at the start. You could avail opportunity to do several projects and earn certificates and add value to yourself. You also have internship arrangements. Some company like Real Work Studios, for instance, came here. And finally, you can get ideas to become a job provider rather than be a job seeker for life. So this is the registration link. It's open to new members. And what we expect you to do is just fill up the membership form. So through this link, you could go and click, fill up the form, submit your photograph, and pay $100 if you are a student or $200 if you're an alumnus. And that's only for the plastic card that would be prepared for you. And otherwise, there is nothing else. All events conducted by ACE are free, whether it is a 3-day awareness camp where you get a certificate from DST or any other program that we have lined up for you. And there are some paid events which external entities, if they do, then they give us a discount. Like TIE conducts some events, so we have tie-ups with TIE also. And in future, whenever they conduct such events, they always give a special rate for us, and it's only voluntary. None of the activities are mandatory. If you become a member, you can be a passive member, you can be an active member, and this is just a membership fee for life. It's only for the plastic card, and we always welcome participation. If you're free and if you find the resource person interesting, you're most welcome to lend a hand. There are multiple roles. You could be a photographer, you could be a person who writes for the event, a script, a post-event write-up. You could be the person who's bringing a resource person to the table, an uncle or a parent or somebody else who's doing something. You can bounce your ideas across. You can bring anything across to the table. We are open to anything and everything. And this is the feedback for today's session. I would also post it on the chat, and I welcome any questions.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I could join this club even after coming to college, right? As in real life.
Yeah, anytime. Even after you become an alumnus, you could join. So there are people who could not leverage when they were here. Even they have joined it after, completing the program. You can join it anytime.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. And at the moment, we can just keep that photograph and the payment part pending, so that once you're back on campus, we can complete the process of card creation alone. But otherwise, if you join through this link, giving the other details, then you will be on the mailing list. So how we talk about upcoming events is we just share whatever is lined up. So anyone who is free and is interested and willing to join the club can just use the link to become a member. So the link to join the club, I shall also share that. Please take some time to share fill the feedback. In the meanwhile, I'll again post the link. Yeah, this is the link for joining the club. Okay, any further questions? Any other questions that anyone has? Okay, so it's already 7 minutes past 6, and I'm really thankful to all of you for having stayed back. There are, I think, 96 attendees now still. So thanks a million for taking time. My utmost thanks to the two speakers for the day. First of all, Wing Commander Balachandran, he had some excellent points to add. He spoke about the importance of risk taking and of opportunity, and also about a little bit about the Thinkubator facility by Cisco. And in the end, he said our nation. Thanks to Wing Commander for bringing all those points about ACE and Thinkubator out. Really, if ACE hadn't started in 2011, we wouldn't be here making this presentation in the first place. So thanks to our director and to Wing Commander and to Dr. L.S. Ganesh of IIT Madras for having established ACE way back then. Thanks a million to Karthik Srinath, founder of Karthik, whatever words we say.
Open. Can I show?
Yeah, please. So I think there is always a reward for patience. So please go ahead and show the stuff we want to show, Karthik.
Sir, can you see me?
Yes. I'm just switching off my camera so that we can all see your facility. Student participants, if you can also tell if you can see, it will be great. Karthik will be most delighted to hear from you people more than me.
Yes,
Sir, I am showing from a very long view, sir.
Okay. So this is the site of the factory from your building.
Sir, from office room, sir.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you, sir.
Very nice. Thanks a million. Thank you so much, Karthik. You actually inspired everyone. There were so many questions, and that really showed that it was an amazing presentation. You spoke about risk being there, but you said risk. There is risk, but not too much. You said that we should stay in business for a minimum 7 years to understand fully the ups and downs. You spoke about the importance of trust. You gave wonderful examples and drew parallels between big leaders like Ambani's and Tata's. You said Ambani is into business, but Tata is an industrialist. So that was very nice. You also mentioned about how it's easier to get loans if you are in the Me Too entrepreneur category instead of being in the new or the novel entrepreneur category. You also said that you were planning to do something, and you intend to do that maybe a couple of years down the line, at another 5 years or so, because it's involving a little more of risk. You spoke about the importance of being sustainable rather than focusing more on success. And you said that 1 year was very bad, but then you managed to come through it. and it was the patience, I think, that paid off. You also spoke about support from your father full time for going ahead in your business. It was nice to hear from you saying that one could select friends who are having the same ideology or the mindset to get into this. You spoke about the potential in the food industry, processing units in particular, and jackfruit powder was an example. And for that question about whether you have any regrets, you said no, at never at any point in time have you had any regrets. You also mentioned that overcoming stress and tension could be done through yoga, as well as through a strong belief that the situation would definitely change, and that we need to wait for the good times to come. So that was amazing, really inspirational and transformational, I must say. Thanks a million for the time that you have shared so much for ACE.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. And last but not the least, all the participants across branches and across different disciplines, I really am thankful to you for having stayed on till the end. It was really very nice of you, and we look forward to engaging more with you. For any queries, please feel free to revert. Our numbers are all there. I shall also post it in the chat box, so that in future, if you wish to get in touch with us by mail or by phone or by WhatsApp, you're most welcome. Thanks a lot to all the ACE members who helped organize it. Most importantly, Kaushik Dhanwant, who began the whole thing. And without his initiative and Mr. Shaktivel's solid backing, I think we wouldn't have made today's event a success. Thanks a million to everyone. Thank you all. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kaushik. Would you like to say anything? Winding up remarks?
No, sir. It's actually I'm very glad that we had around 100 students participating. I think it's one of the advantages having it online, I guess. So I'm very happy to have organized it, and thank you to Karthik Srinath sir also, as he spoke very well about entrepreneurship journey. Thank you to all the participants.
Fine. Thanks, Kaushik. Thanks once again, Karthik. Thank you once again, all the participants and faculty members also who encouraged and passed on the message, and many of them who also took time to participate in this. Thanks a million to all the sirs and ma'ams. Thanks one and all. Bye for now.
Sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Is it mandatory to upload the photo link, sir, for registering for ACE as of now?
Okay, if you're finding it difficult, then you can mail it across separately. But then we have to be careful, because we don't, at least before printing, we need to ensure that it is done. For this for mailing purpose, it's not so mandatory. but it will be good if you can do that also, if you have a link. If not, if it's not there available right now, then don't worry, you can just mail it to aceclubcoimbatore@gmail.com.
But it's asking as a mandatory field in the form, sir.
Okay, you don't have a passport photograph right now?
Right now, I don't have in my phone, sir.
Okay, is it possible for you to just take a photo on your phone and then attach it and send?
Sir,
Yeah,
it is saying to attach in a link way, sir, but do not to
yes.
attach it in a link, sir. We
Okay.
can upload it, sir, but we are not able to attach in a link.
Okay. See, as far as a link is concerned, I think the simplest thing that can be done is if you have something on the Google Drive, let's assume you have a Google Drive, okay, you can just do that process of sharing that, link of that photograph. Am I not clear? Or do you want, I mean, the reason we have put that as a link, let me just clarify that, is that the file size, otherwise suddenly, because ACE Mail is a huge, ACE Drive is, getting filled up with a huge repository of photographs. I forgot to show the kind of hundreds of photographs for every event that we do, the awareness camp and things like that. So that's one of the reasons why we have kept it as a link. So it will take just a couple of minutes extra for you to share it as a Google Drive link wherever you have the photograph up there. Is it fine?
Yes, sir. It's fine. It's fine,
Okay.
sir.
In case you're finding it difficult, then please mail it to aceclubcoimbatore@gmail.com.
Okay, sir.
I just put it in the chat box, aceclubcoimbatore@gmail.com. Okay, thanks once again. Thanks a million. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Bye.